So Vincent wants to buy a business. He's 27 years old. He's heard all this stuff about these baby boomers that need to retire. He wants to buy one of these businesses. What on earth should Vincent be doing right now? Hey everyone, it's David Barnett from davidcbarnett.com, the blog and YouTube channel where I talk about buying and selling businesses, personal finance, managing small businesses, and anything else that people want to ask me questions about. Today, I've got a question from Vincent, who's 27 years old. He wants to buy a business from one of these baby boomers that he keeps hearing about that are going to have to start thinking about retiring one day. Now, he wants to know what he needs to do today in order to buy one of these businesses. So I'm going to give Vincent and a lot of you other people out there who are in the same sort of situation some advice of what you can do today. And some of it is going to be pretty glamorous and exciting advice, and some of it is going to sound pretty boring, but it's the boring stuff that you really need to focus your attention on. So, Vincent, number one thing that you have to do as a 27-year-old to buy a business from a baby boomer is start living below your means and save money. Yeah, I know, it's pretty boring. You need to save money because you're likely going to have to put some kind of cash down in a deal, or you're at least going to have cash available to pay people like lawyers and accountants and other specialists that are going to help you finalize your deal and close the deal at the end of the day. And largely, that kind of money comes from savings. And if you need to borrow money and other people see that you have no savings, they're going to wonder, if you can't manage your own life, are you going to be able to manage a business? So, number one, start saving money. Number two, start developing credit. So, you can get a credit card, for example, and you can abuse those things and rack up huge debts and end up, paying a fortune in interest. Or you can get a credit card and you can use it responsibly. You can put a little bit of a balance on it and pay it off, and a little bit of a balance and pay it off, and your credit score will start to go up. And what will happen is you'll start to qualify for larger and larger credit facilities. And even though these may be personal facilities, you may need to draw on them at one point in the future when it comes time to do a deal. So, start saving money, start developing your own credit score to get it high, and develop credit facilities. So going into a bank, asking them for a line of credit, for example. Doing things like buying a house, getting a mortgage. These are all going to help you with respect to credit, as well as improving your net worth, making you look better on paper. Now, that has to do with you. Let's think about the business that you want to buy. So there are some industries that are dominated by big players, okay? And there are other industries that are fractured. Lots of individual, independent, family-owned businesses. So think, for example, pipelines. A couple of giant companies control that industry versus auto repair. All kinds of little family-owned businesses all over the place. So you need to look at your own skill set and your own interests and decide what kind of industry would I like to be in, and then try to align that interest with an industry that has fractured ownership, lots of independence, because these are the people that are going to end up being the sellers to let you buy their business, right? And you want to put yourself into a field of rich opportunity where you're going to have lots to choose from. Okay, you don't want to have to be out looking for a certain type of business and there's only one independent around, and you basically have to buy that business if you want to become a business owner. So choose the right industry. Next, start working in that industry. So even though you're not going to be a business owner, look for a job opportunity in that industry so you can start to develop industry-specific skills and knowledge relating to that type of business. And this is going to be very important, because when it comes time to buy a business, if you have to go and make a presentation to a banker, for instance, they're going to want to know that you actually have experience in that industry, that you know what that business is about, and if you can get a job being an assistant manager or a manager in that field, it's even better, because you can show them that you have direct experience in managing that kind of business. Okay. Next, sign up and take Business Buyer Advantage, my online course. It's easy, it's cheap. It'll actually teach you what you need to look for in a business, how to look properly at financial statements, how to do a normalization, and how to figure out roughly what a business is worth. When it comes time to actually make the purchase, though, you give me a call and I'll help you out. Lastly, and this is one that not many people will talk about, Once you're working in that industry, start to meet and develop relationships with the suppliers in that industry. Even though your job may not be purchasing in the business that you're working in, find out who are the sales reps that represent the suppliers, or who are the other businesses that particular business buys from. You're going to want to create relationships with those people, because oftentimes when a younger person is buying a business, they're going to have difficulty with financing and putting the deal together. It's amazing how much suppliers can help you if they choose to, and they choose to help people that they, number one, like, number two, have confidence in, and number three, believe that by helping them, they can secure a good long-term, high-volume customer. So think of an auto, repair business, right? They're going to be buying parts. If you can build a relationship with one of those parts suppliers, if you get an opportunity to buy a business, you could go to them and say, look, I've got a chance to buy this business, but I need some help. I either need a loan, or I need you to extend me extra long terms in the beginning. Like, could you give me 60 or 90 days instead of 30? It can make a huge impact on your operating capital, and those things stem from relationships. So, Vincent, I hope that was helpful. Basically, I don't think it's very likely that you're going to go out as a 27-year-old and buy a business from a baby boomer. But here's the good news for you. All of those statistics about how baby boomers are going to be selling their business, and there's going to be this huge transfer of wealth in businesses from one generation to another, they're all based on one faulty assumption, and that is that people retire at 65. And the reason for this is that people that work in statistics and demography tend to work for like universities and the government, where everybody retires at 65. In the world of small business ownership, people don't tend to retire at 65. They stay on for longer. So you have plenty of opportunities coming up over the next 10 to 15 years. It's better to bide your time, get prepared, be in a proper, solid position to make a good deal for yourself, than it is to jump at an opportunity when you're not ready. You need to have stability. Business can be risky. And great question though. Thank you very much. And I'm sure there's other viewers out there who have enjoyed watching this video. And if you've enjoyed watching the video, make sure you like it, share it, put comments below, etc. Interacting with the video is the only way that the systems that run the internet have of knowing that the content is good, and then YouTube will show the video to other people, for example. So thank you. Keep the questions coming in. Come on over to the blog site, davidcbarnett.com. Sign up for my email list. Right now, I'm doing a pre-sale of my new online course, How to Build a Business That People Will Want to Buy. It's all about business systems and running an efficient business that you can actually step out of and get other people to do the work. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.